So, when someone looks at you and says, "Oh my gosh, there's something different about you. What is it? What are you doing?" And they can't figure it out. You've got more confidence. You're dressing differently. Your jeans fit better. You've got more energy. And the truth is, you didn't just get lucky, you got your body back. So here's what most midlife women get wrong. They subscribe to that eat less, work out more, live your life in a salad bowl, and it just doesn't work with their midlife hormones or body at all. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that you haven't heard 1,000 times before about weight loss and fat loss for midlife women. These are the unique shifts that actually work for midlife women, and they're the things that so few talk about. I'm 63. I've been through menopause, heartbreak, the whole shebang. And I am telling you that if you want to look and feel better than 95% of the people half your age, you can. You see, it's not about working harder and eating less. It's about being smarter about midlife and what works during this phase of our lives. So today I'm going to tell you about the 5 things that are going to help you literally age in reverse. And number 1 is going to blow you away. Step number 5 is the anti-vision. So what is that? A lot of people, when they want to accomplish a new goal or set a new standard or create a new body, they create a vision board. And that vision board contains all of the things that they want to do when they get to their goal weight or their goal body. It could be take a trip, wear a bikini, a certain outfit, be with people that they typically wouldn't hang out with, whatever the thing is. And they fill that board with all these wonderful things that they're going to be able to do and feel when they achieve their fitness and health goals. That only lasts so long. When the going gets tough, sometimes what happens to people when they create vision boards is that they start to wonder if they can actually achieve that state. And it becomes easier to default to not doing the workout, eating the wrong foods, snacking when they shouldn't, having that glass of wine, because they tell themselves a story that they'll never achieve that vision because they never really bought into it in the first place. One of the most powerful things that you can do today, if you've ever fallen into the trap of saying, "Oh, I want to wear, 2 sizes smaller jeans," and then you find yourself snacking and eating on all the wrong things, one of the most powerful things you can do is to create that anti-vision. And what it is the life you don't want to live. So I am telling you, what you do this decade in your life is going to determine how you live the next 30, 40 years. You can live really vibrantly, or you can live not well. So prior to the time that the world shut down, I was a fitness model. I was in magazines, I was on the walls of Lululemon stores, and I was super lean. Then COVID hit. And like a lot of people, I stayed in, I didn't work out a lot, I ate all the wrong things, and yes, I drank too much wine. And what happened was my body changed. I gained weight, I got flabby, I lost some muscle mass, and everything shifted. And there was a day that I looked in the mirror and thought, where did my body go? What happened over the last couple of years? And it was at that time I pulled out my old fitness pictures and started to think, can I ever achieve that again? I was really questioning whether I could get there. And that's when I decided I had to create my anti-vision for my life if I was actually going to stay committed to my goal to getting lean again. So what was that anti-vision for me? I had to think hard about it. But one thing I knew was I didn't want to follow the path that my mom had followed. You see, my mom was born in the early 30s. She's 94 now. And during her young adulthood and even into midlife, there wasn't the information available to her that we have today about strength training, protein, how to eat properly, the importance of exercise to our cognitive health and the health of our bodies, how our muscles protect our bones, all the information about osteoporosis. It just wasn't available. In fact, the whole concept of menopause for women was pushed aside by doctors. It was rarely talked about. So my mom never worked out. She didn't exercise. She did her best to cook healthy meals, but she didn't really understand the importance of protein and all of those things. My mom started her decline right around my age. I remember in her 60s, she started to become not steady on her feet, a little frail, slightly overweight, and her mental health started to decline. And over the years, my mom's decline continued. It breaks my heart to really talk about because my mom now at 94 has Alzheimer's and she doesn't know who I am. And when I visit her, it's really hard. I don't even know how to explain it. She's in a home, she's well taken care of. We visit her often, but it's just not a good life. It's not the kind of life that I imagined for myself. I imagine myself continuing to do all the things that I do, to be able to mountain bike and ski and run after my grandkids and be strong and not worry about having to lift something heavy if I have to lift it, and being physically capable of doing just about everything I want to do. But my mom's decline started now, and she became very sedentary. I remember her sitting in her rocking chair all the time in her 60s, and I can't imagine living like that. She didn't know better, but we do. My anti-vision is not to live the next 30 years like my mom is. She's now in a home. She's now walking with a walker. She doesn't really know who we are, and it's not a great life. That's my anti-vision. So when I have a day and I'm human, I don't feel like working out. It's not every morning I feel like getting up and lifting heavy weights, and there are times when I don't want to eat protein and low glycemic carbs and I want to reach for something sweet. I remind myself of my anti-vision, of how important living an active, vibrant life with fitness goals and activity goals and ability to learn new things and go out there and do them is important to me. And that in itself helps me make the decision not to do the thing that I was either going to do, like reach for the wrong food, or skip a workout. So that's my question to you. What is your anti-vision? What don't you want your life to look like? If you become frail, unwell, mentally not sound, weak, what would that take away from you? I challenge you to write down your anti-vision. It can be a game changer for making decisions about your health, your fitness, your weight loss goals going forward. Okay, I know that was pretty heavy, but trust me, it will make all the difference for you if you find yourself falling off track all the time and yo-yo dieting. Okay, step number 4, rebuild, don't repair. You see, most women over 50 think they need to fix what menopause broke, and there's nothing broken. We were meant to go through this stage in our life, so it's time to rebuild, to build a strong, healthy body that you can live in for the next 30, 40 years. How do we do this? Strength train. I talk about it all the time. Pick up something heavy. I'm not talking about those little pink neoprene dumbbells, please. Pick up something heavy and do a number of reps till you can barely squeak out 2 more. Now, let me qualify that. If you are just starting out, then the pink ones are okay, but move up, challenge your muscles. It's the only way you will build muscle. Muscle is like bone armor. It's going to protect you as you age. More muscle means a faster metabolism. It means protection for your bones, and it balances your hormones. That's how important it is in midlife. You see, you're not fragile, you're just undertrained. Build muscle. You'll have an extraordinary quality of life if you do. Okay, let's talk about time now, because transforming your body doesn't happen overnight. You've probably seen lots of ads and things about magic pills and get lean in 5 days and all kinds of crazy stuff. In reality, it takes between 6 and 12 months to have a real transformation in your body. You can start seeing results sooner, but to have that complete transformation takes time. And during that time frame, you want to have consistency. Consistency is what generates the results. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's going to be days when your workout just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't go as well. Or you have those meals and they're not quite right. And that's okay. Just make sure the next one or the next workout is a little bit better. When you show up consistently, that's when the real transformations happen. It's not the one-off hard workouts. They all accumulate over time. And if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and get some real results, finally, I'm opening up my next cohort. I take a small number of clients. I work one-on-one very closely with people because everyone has different needs, different lifestyles, different food choices, different requirements. It's high-touch one-on-one coaching. It's by application only. There's an application form in the description below. If that's something that's interesting to you, fill out the application. I will review them all, and I'm selecting 5 people to work with between now and the end of the year. All right, let's move on to point number 3. Simplify the game. By this point, most women have tried every detox, cleanse, workout program, crazy diet, and they just find themselves burnt out, starving, and looking for a new solution, but really seeing no change. There's 3 pillars, and they're simple. Get enough protein. Protein's the building block of muscle. Build your muscles. That means strength training. And sleep. In midlife, we need to sleep. We need to de-stress. We need to lower our cortisol, and sleep works wonders in midlife. It helps with repair, it balances your hormones, and resets everything so you can get up the next day and repeat. If what you're doing doesn't serve one of those 3 things, then it's just noise. And if it sounds too good to be true and too easy, it is. Point number 2, build the habit of proof. I love this one. Sometimes I think we get to the point where we don't trust ourselves enough as we age. We've tried different things, we weren't consistent, we let ourselves down, and we go on that same cycle of repeat. That's why you see people yo-yo dieting, gaining and losing weight, and never really achieving what they want to achieve for the long term. You see, every single time you log your food, you do a workout, you balance a meal with macros, you create evidence for yourself. You create evidence for your brain. It's proof for yourself that you're consistent, that you can be trusted, and that you can actually achieve what you set out to achieve. That causes a brain shift into the yes, I can, instead of the no, I'll probably fail. You see, that's how beliefs shift. It's one proof, one piece of evidence at a time. And the more you build on that, the more the results will show. Now, before we get to point number 1, let me ask you a question. What's one health habit that you let slip that you're committed to changing now? Drop it in the comments. I read all the comments. I really try to get back to everyone. And if you're getting some value from this video, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button so you get notified of my weekly trainings. Okay, here's point number 1. Reclaim your future self. Here's the part that blows most people away. Your future self is already watching you. She's out there 10, 20, 30 years from now, watching what you're going to choose today. You see, she doesn't care what the scale says today. She cares that you moved your body, that you ate nourishing foods, and most of all, she cares that you kept your word. Every workout, every walk, every good meal stacked with protein, it's sending her a message. I've got you. I'm building the life that you deserve. You see, right now, you're building the legs she's going to hike on. You're building the cardio that she's going to be able to climb mountains. You're making the choices today that she can have a great conversation with her grandchildren 30 years from now and know who they are. And one day she's going to whisper back to you saying, thank you. It's been an awesome life. So the question isn't, can I do this? The question is, who do I want to be when I'm 70, 80, 90 years old? Because what you do in this decade right now is going to decide what the next 3 really look like. If this video lit a fire under you, then I dropped my free high protein, low glycemic guide to get you on your way to eating enough protein. That's one of the first pillars. You can grab it in the description. And don't forget, you're not behind. You're just getting started. And you can feel and look better than 95% of the women half your age if you start doing the basic things. Have a beautiful day.